This episode of The Totally Rad Show is brought to you by The Ben Heck Show. Coming up, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. We take a look at the MMO, Star Wars The Old Republic.
Today we're talking about Star Wars The Old Republic, or as I like to call it, SWTOR, the Star Wars MMO from Bioware that came out the very tippity-tap end of last year. We didn't have a chance to talk about it until now. We've been playing lots of it. Alex already named it his favorite movie or game of last year. So,
I did.
We know what you think, so I'm gonna ask Dan. First, tell me about the many hours you've put into your SWTOR.
Well, you know, it's I love this game. I love SWTOR.
All right.
I love SWTOR. Star Wars: The Old Republic. I love this game.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yes. The graphics are phenomenal, especially in comparison to other.
Like Dan's 1997 review of video games. Sound amazing.
Stereo.
Presentation spectacular.
Yeah, presentation 10.
Right.
Content 10.
Gameplay value.
Packaging
Guy
10.
standing on his chair applauding.
Yeah.
No, kidding aside, presentation. No. I mean, okay. So everything, it's hard to like not compare to WoW.
Of course.
So when at every step that you can make the comparison, it's just great to not be in.
Really should have started with you.
I know. I love being in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But that could have been not that great. It could have been WoW in space. The writing in this game is spectacular. I'm a gunslinger. I wish you guys were gunslingers because the gunslinger, first of all, the class storyline is awesome. Not only that, the way the way the gunslinger's dialogue is written is he's Nathan Drake, you know, or he's Mal Reynolds from Firefly. I mean, he's funny and bad. Like, I feel like if you guys are getting these like solemn Jedi, like, yes, my lord, I will, whatever. Like, my shit's all really funny and clever. And I'm hitting on, I can flirt, you know, as a dialogue thing. I've
Not as Jedi.
I've
Jedi
had-
is like, what?
You can
why are you flirting with me?
You can flirt. You just can't.
I've
It's
literally-
weird coming from you.
Yeah.
It's like my brother flirting
whoa,
with me.
Jedi.
I've had relations with two, but like what that does is to the storytelling experience is monumental. I don't know how I would go back and play now that we have the dialogue. The dialogue, like even just having the story. Sometimes I'll read it and I'll hit spacebar to skip through it, and it's. But how am I gonna go get a quest and it's a freaking box that I mean, there's
So what
no
you're saying
way.
is, so let me just translate out of Dan's speak.
Yes. Please.
Have something coherent.
Please.
So what BioWare added to the equation was a very single-player-esque, all-voiced camera angles, cutscenes for giving you quests, which was really the big addition to the game.
I didn't think I would care 1 cent about that, Jeff. I thought, whatever, I'm still gonna skip through it, I don't care. Guess what, folks? It makes it so much, it basically feels, it really does, it comes so close. If the graphics were a little bit better and the combat was better, it would be like Mass Effect. I mean, like, it comes so close to a single-player role-playing game. The only, and by the way, space battles, there's Wing Commander inside this game, Jeff.
Really?
Wing
'Cause
Commander.
I haven't gotten there
Yes.
yet. You guys have both
it's
played
really
much
fun.
more.
It's Wing Commander.
It's
Really?
fun,
Yeah. I mean,
Are you sure?
It's like
well, yeah,
Panzer
I don't know if you played
Dragoon.
Wing Commander recently, but that's
like-
probably not all that great. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
wait, I gotta say a couple more things. Space battles, amazing. Riding around in a speeder bike, not a hippogriff or whatever, a frickin' speeder bike, awesome. The locales, awesome. My only gripe with the game, really, is that if the combat was like the combat in DC Universe or potentially in WildStar when we see that, if the combat was a combo system as opposed to just the WoW hitting numbers, it would have put me over the moon. This would have been like the greatest game ever.
Which moon, though? There's two.
Yeah, Endor. Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that because there's a couple things that I was interested about because the Jedi Consular, which is what I'm playing, is very much like that. One of the things that I noted while playing, and I played a lot, I've put in like 90 hours, I think, because I did the /play and it said 2 days,
Oh, I didn't know.
17 hours and whatever. Or 3 days, I can't remember. Anyway, but the thing that I was noting for the Jedi Sage, I was talking to a buddy of ours that plays and has been playing sort of with me concurrently, is that I don't have a rotation. There is no rotation. You fight based on the situation that is presented to you, and every fight is different than the next. So depending upon how how they are set up, how many strong enemies, how many bad, how many people, where they are, how you want to attack it. So for me, I realized, I was like, well, this is really great because I'm using all my abilities and I'm using them when they are needed and not just in an arbitrary, sin strike, sin strike, sin strike. Oh, I have enough things, this thing, sin strike, rinse and repeat. Which makes even the sort of leveling of, doing the sort of, fetch and kill quests that are there, much more satisfying because they're kind of like little puzzles. And they're puzzles that you can solve by yourself. And that's the other thing that I think that I play as a mostly Jedi Sage, so I'm a healer. But because of the fact that the companions are in this game, you do not have to be the guy who's the healer that then just gets killed and can't really level as fast because you kind of suck.
Yeah.
Unless you get into a group with somebody who's a tank that can suck up damage and a DPS who can actually deal damage.
It basically means you're always playing with someone.
Yeah, which is
Even
great.
when you're not playing with anyone.
I mean, look, I 100% stand by this being my game of the year, and if I am able to, I would probably this will probably become my game of 2012, and there are reasons why.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, first off, the story stuff is, when this game first starts, the thing that I realized about the story stuff is that when this game, I like to play games that I can play. I like MMOs. I like games that I can play with my buddies, right? And part of the other fun of playing an MMO, and the reason why I put in so many hours to games, is because I know that I am doing things that when my friends come on, I can go, holy crap, this just happened, and holy crap, look at my shirt. I mean, literally, that's why I do it, you know what I mean? But the great thing about this game is when I am playing this game by myself, other games, I had some fun, but really it was the fun of, I gotta get to this place so that I can meet up with Jeff and be like, oh my God, look at this crazy thing I did, you know what I mean? The doing of it was never really all that much fun by myself. Here, I get an amazing single-player offline experience with amazing through-line stories. When I got through the first act of the class quest, which is about 35, 34. Level 34, 35. And there's supposedly three different main story arcs for each class. When that happens, when that catharsis of finishing that epic storyline happens, you get emotion. It's like, this is serious. And the crazy thing is, I was talking to our buddy Jerry. When we first started, he was like, I get it, there's story, whatever. I just need to, you know what I mean? Like, okay, can I spacebar through, you know what I mean? But when he finished the class quest, he went, oh, I didn't even realize how affected I was by this story. I didn't even realize how invested in this guy's story I was. Because it's not, in WoW and other MMOs, there's this war happening, and so that's why this town hates this town. But it has nothing to do with you. It's just that's happening. Whereas with this, it's you are solving this massive problem. You are the guy who goes and does it. You are when you walk in, they go, oh,
funny.
I know who
That's
you
not
are.
mine. Mine, some guy stole my ship.
Yeah, no,
And
I know.
then I got my ship back, and now he's like, he's after treasure. I'm after the treasure. Like, I'm like having this smuggler.
I think what we're
Han
talking
Solo.
around a little bit is the idea that I think, especially as people who've played a lot of other MMOs, I think that what you immediately assume when Bioware was talking about this is, oh, the stuff that's in the quest thing is going to be spoken.
Right.
But that's not really how it is.
No.
It's a presentation of story. It is cinematic. It is cutscenes for tiny moments.
Yeah.
It is, yes, there's dialogue, but the fact that I get to choose my response invests me into my character, invests me into the kind of style that I'm playing, and the fact that even tiny little things are acted out. You know, if I select on a main quest thing, my guy pulls out his thing, and the camera changes angle, and all of that creates a much more cinematic experience. And it's not just, oh, we had somebody read the quest text.
Oh yeah.
By the way, the performances are awesome.
They are great. They really are. I mean,
that many.
well, they've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
You know, Bioware has a very
Guinness
strong
Book of
set
World
of
Records.
actors. Yeah, and
Most voice in any piece of entertainment in history.
And I have to say, I was a doubter as well, and I'm shocked at how well that single-player experience has married with that multiplayer experience, that MMO experience. It really is an additive, and it really is revolutionary to the genre. My complaint, similar to yours, is that they pushed the genre forward in this area of storytelling, and that's great. But everything else feels to me exactly like WoW. And exactly. And I haven't played as much as you guys, but I'm still just watching my cooldowns. And that's what you do.
Yeah, that's that genre. I mean, that's Dragon Age. That's most RPGs are.
Dragon Age doesn't play like that at all.
But here's the other thing that I wanted to say
Dragon
was
Age is action RPG.
the class-based stuff, or the crew skills. They totally changed crew skill. The fact that you send your other people off to do those things while you are continuing your storyline totally changed. There's no more grinding your class skills, and it makes it much more of a game. And I think they pushed that forward.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The companion stuff, the two big
And the
pillars.
companion stuff.
Yeah, the two big pillars are the storytelling and the companion stuff. I just wish the stuff that I'm doing most in this game, and I love the Star Wars-ness of it. I mean, I have, especially in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've gotten really disillusioned with Star Wars. After I saw that Red Letter Media thing, it really convinced me how much I dislike those prequels and how much the whole series has been ruined for me. And this brought the love of Star Wars back. They nail it. I can't remember another game where I've noticed how great the sound is before. The sound in this, I mean, Battlefield 3, but this game, the sound is so Star Wars.
Starting
Everything
a boss
so
battle
right.
and John Williams score fires up.
Not just
first
that,
time
the
that
sound
happened,
effects
it was
of like
It's a lot of original music too.
Yeah.
Like we always like that are iconic in our memories.
The first time I heard a speeder bike go by me,
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
oh my God, that's a speeder bike. I knew it before I saw it.
Yeah.
That's special. It's just the fact that there is nothing new brought to the table as far as what I'm
Gameplay?
doing most. What I'm doing most in this game is waiting for cooldown, watching my toolbar and waiting for cooldowns.
Now you are playing a knight, which is the most bland of all of them. And I've played all the classes on the Republic side.
I'm
And
playing a sentinel, yeah.
And of them, the Jedi Knight is the most like, I just hit things with my stick.
Right.
Everything else has more varied new mechanics. So I feel like had you done like a gunslinger where you can have portable cover and you're throwing bombs and shooting them.
I hear what
there's
you're
a lot
saying,
more other
but
stuff.
I think the disconnect for me is not what my guy does. What my guy does is awesome. What I'm doing is not awesome. What I'm doing is waiting for something to come up and pushing a number. And instead of some new way to play an MMO. And I understand that they were pushing things forward in so many other ways that they wanted to do it on top of something that's proven and right.
Yeah.
But it really feels a lot of ways like a skin on top of WoW. And I just think that's unfortunate. I wish that I was doing something more dynamic and more interesting. That said, love the game, and there's a lot to, the Flashpoint stuff is another thing that I want to mention, because I'm shocked at how well the dialogue system works in the Flashpoints, because I was very skeptical about that.
Yeah.
dealing with other people.
Groups. Yeah, when you're in a group, in a party, and it's selecting which of you is going to have your response taken. It's really fun to go, I hope I make it. I hope I get social points.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You got to realize that is the way that it is when you're questing with anybody on every single quest.
Yes.
And there's no different. I mean, that's the thing.
I know.
Because when we were playing.
I'd love to quest with you.
We were playing, me and Jerry were playing, we did a whole like quest series in Nar Shaddaa together, and it's the same exact feeling of weird doing this Flashpoint type thing where the best is when you hit a suggestion and it's the other guy says it and you know it's the suggestion you chose. You're like, yeah, you chose right.
It's very satisfying, right?
They can do a smart thing too with your companions in that you want your companion to like you. They have a personality, so you have to answer. It makes you engage in the conversation you're having because you want to answer correctly to get your companion to like you more. Otherwise,
if you're a people pleaser, Dan.
Well,
the only
they also
bummer
fight
is I was
better.
playing like I'm a scoundrel, I'm Han Solo, and my companion didn't like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Kelso
And I was
Riggs doesn't
now I
like
have to
me.
like choose dialogues that I don't really want to say.
Yeah.
That I know he'll like.
I think we should talk about this
You
game.
can also send him away and then do the dialogues and then bring him back.
I think we should
counter
talk
that.
about this game again when we hit level cap, because that's my big fear. And I think all of us should hit the end game, because I've heard that it kind of gets a little stale at the end, and that what you're supposed to do is just go back and start another character.
They can add.
Well, the end
game.
obviously will.
Yeah.
So I think we should cover this game again.
Yeah.
We'll go back to it, but that's our feelings on sweaters. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, be sure to stick around. We're going to be answering one of your Twitter questions right after this. But first, our sponsor, The Ben Heck Show. Come on, people. It's time. Go watch some Ben Heck Show. Join modding wizard Ben Heck and his friends as they build and modify a host of amazing community-inspired creations. Be sure to watch this show every 2 weeks right here at revision3.com/TBHS. In the latest episode of The Ben Heck Show, Ben builds a mod in the spirit of the Consumer Electronics Show, in the spirit of CES.
Interesting.
For the ever-popular consumer electronic device, the iPhone.
Spirit of CES,
The
product of the
iPhone.
iPhone. What could it possibly be?
Go to element14.com
Sledge-o-matic.
/TBHS to find out how you can enter to win Ben's iOS build from the latest episode, as well as other builds from his show. Well, that's it for our show. We will see you guys.
When?
Mañana.
Join us tomorrow for our review of the TV show Downton Abbey.
Today's Twitter question was sent in from @Geo123, and he asks, or she, what did you guys study at college?
Very succinct, computer information systems.
I like to say I got a degree in make-believe. I got a
Oh,
BFA in theater, which did me a whole lot of good.
a BFA in Imagineering.
Make-believe.
And I studied film, Temple University.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Bam, bam, bam.
And I hope we get the job, Geo123, but thanks for considering us.